All right, so here we go, round number 2. Back out to the 80 yesterday where I saw, I believe it was a doe in the morning, and went ahead and positioned up a new hawk stand and got it all set up, cleared the shooting lanes, and freshened up some of the scrapes that were in the area, set up on the spy points, and got out of there. And I hunted in the redneck last night, didn't see anything till very last minute. We were having winds up to 30 miles an hour, and last minute I had a doe and 2 yearlings come run into the eagle seed plot there. So this morning we had a lot, well, not a lot, but we had some rain last night. So what I'm hoping for is that the bucks are going to be moving this morning, because we had that huge cold front come in, and it's the high right now. I believe it's 50 something degrees, and I don't think it's supposed to get even 60, so we're almost at the high for the day. It's going to continue to drop throughout the day, but hopefully they'll come back in and freshen up the scrapes since we got rain last night. It's been a while since we got any rain, so I'm going to sneak in here this morning, and hopefully I won't even have time for an interview because we're going to be surrounded by some quick action. So we'll see. Big old nanny doe or big old buck comes through and gives me a perfect opportunity, somebody's going to be in trouble. Was a good buck. I'm trying to self-film. It doesn't always work out. It is tough if you've ever tried self-filming. I've done it half my life, but it's still hard. That buck came right up from downhill, was looking up. I'm about 25 foot up this tree, and he just caught something moving. It wasn't meant to be, I guess. He was a good buck. I got a quick look, but maybe at 3.5. He disappeared, and when he popped out, he was about 25 yards right behind a white oak. And he was able to use that white oak to get right up on me. There's definitely a bigger bodied deer and more mature deer in here, Big 10. That one got me shaken up. If the other one's bigger than that one, I'm gonna lose all control, but hopefully they don't come straight up that hill again. What happened is he smelt my mock scrape that I put out. So he might come back through. He was gonna get smoked. If he comes back through, he's gonna get smoked. But hopefully that more mature buck will come through too. So we'll see. It's wet, cold, and windy. It's when the big bucks like to move. Well, that's sometimes just the way it goes. I know some of you guys are probably going to comment and say, man, you should just put down the cameras and you should just shoot and enjoy the hunt. Well, filming a hunt is enjoying a hunt for me. I've probably filmed over 90% of my deer kills, and I've been filming probably for over half of my life. And I enjoy reliving the hunts on camera, and I love bringing them to you guys to watch. So that's part of the challenge for me, and that's part of what I enjoy, is to capture the hunt on film and to bring that story to life. It's hard, I'm not gonna lie. It's very tough, especially to get multiple camera angles like I got going here. I got about 3 different camera angles going. But I'm always trying to better myself and better the film footage that I'm bringing you guys. And it just doesn't always work out. It's frustrating because I like to kill deer. I would have liked to kill that buck. I've definitely got bigger bucks on other properties. But God has a bigger plan than we ever know. And if I would have shot that buck, I wouldn't have been able to shoot another buck here in Missouri till firearms season, and who knows what he's got in store for me then, or maybe later in the season I have 2 bigger bucks than that buck. But he knew I was going to shoot it, so the buck didn't spook out. It was really surprising. He came in downwind all the way up. And as you can tell, it's pretty windy, and the nose jammer did its job, covered me up. And he smelt the mock scrape up here, and I think it kind of had him on edge because the spike didn't really like the mock scrape there either. So he kind of saw movement, but he didn't booger. I mean, he just kind of took a tough couple leaps off to the side and just kind of walked off. Never blew, never stomped. So all in all, this was a success. So this evening, not for sure what I want to do. I'm not sure if I want to be back here or if I'll be in their redneck, but I want to go check some trail cameras, get some recent information, and see what I'm going to do. We had that rain last night, and we'll see if the bucks came in. Check scrapes this morning. It's cool. It's going to be only like a high of 60 today, which is awesome. We have not had weather like this, so I'll go ahead and climb out of the tree before I get blown out of the tree, and we'll see what happens. I'm excited. That was the first big buck of the season for me to come in range, so that's awesome. Just a sign for things to come. I hope you guys are enjoying these semi-live hunts every single week. Well, alright, back out for the evening hunt. Big change for me is this is the first evening all season where I'm able to wear a jacket. So we'll see what happens. I took the afternoon, hung out with the family, shot the bow into the walk-on archery target. They have a really cool new target out there. It's their hunt camp series, and it's called the Marksman, and it takes broadheads, infield points both, so I was able to make sure I was ready to go after that encounter with that buck this morning. And if he comes back in, I'll see if I take a shot. I'm kind of happy that it worked out the way it did. He looks huge, but he's probably one of the kind of average deer that I have on camera. Just as wide as his ears. Looked beautiful, but I like shooting deer, and that normally is a deer that I'd shoot, so it'd be hard to pass him up if he came back in. But we've got some bigger bucks in the area, and feeling good about this evening. So next weekend is muzzleloading season, so if we don't get something tonight, probably take a few extra days next weekend and see if I can get one down with the CVA in Arkansas. I have a feeling we'll see something tonight, and hopefully it's that big old body 10 or a good shooter. That buck this morning was a new buck, so they're starting to cruise, starting to look for some does, making scrapes, so here we go. Well, alrighty, I had to come back to the house before I could do like the post interview because I didn't want to do it in the tree stand, simply because that buck came in and I have no idea where he even went to. So that's the buck that we're after. He's got a bigger body. He's definitely probably the oldest and biggest bodied buck on the property that I was hunting on. Probably not a very high scoring buck, but he's a 10 point and definitely mature, and the buck that I was looking to take. And when I actually heard what I thought was horns crashing together, was just him tearing up some trees. And he came through just tearing up everything, making tons of scrapes, and he was in the only thick part that I had no shot in, and it was on the other side of the hawk stand. I had the hawk stand on one side of the tree and it was on the back side of the tree, simply because I knew I wasn't going to be able to get a shot in there. And he came through just tearing up everything, 35 yards, no shot. I even one time tried to pull back my bow thinking I might be able to squeeze it around the tree, over the camera arm, and underneath the other camera arm that my DSLR was sitting on that I do the interviews on, and it was not going to work. So you can probably tell by the title in this video that it's not truly an unsuccessful hunt. I consider this to be a really successful hunt. I hung that hawk stand yesterday, had a buck encounter this morning, had a buck encounter this evening, so I've got the stand placement right. The first buck really didn't even booger that bad. He took a couple of trots off and decided to walk off. The buck tonight had no idea I was even there in the world. I just needed him to come into a gap that I could shoot into, and he was in the killable range for me for sure. So perfect opportunities, just didn't work where we could seal the deal. So it's just honestly a matter of time before everything comes together and I seal the deal on the first buck of the season. But like I said, God's in control, and apparently those two bucks weren't for me, at least tonight, maybe later on, but who knows what God has in store for me. I am really looking forward to this season. Got muzzleloading coming up in Arkansas this next weekend, and I'm picking up the CVA, and I'm going to see what I can get done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to comment down below, give a big thumbs up. Make sure you guys have subscribed if you guys have not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, and click the bell notification next to that. So guys, I hope you're enjoying your time in the woods. I hope that you're having some big buck encounters. Hunt safe, and until next time, have a better than average day. Won't you